Hi guys, I have another Copic coloring and card tutorial for you today, and I'm coloring Polka.pal Lark. She's an adorable clown and she is a new release today. It's the 1st of April, so it's not a joke and she's adorable, so go get her. She's a little Miss Muffet stamp and I really like her. When we talk about the coloring, I really wished I had gone for some deeper shadows here. She isn't as round in her face as I wanted, but sometimes that is how it happens. Also, that RV00 that I'm using there, that's the only time I'll use it because I realized it was way too light for the rest of the hair, so I'm using all the other ones instead. That's coming up here. And I do forget to color the stem and the centers of the flowers, so I actually have that part in the middle of the cutting of the image, but that is how it happens sometimes. This card is a little bit special. I'm trying to make quick cards right now. The coloring takes its time and I'm on a little time crunch. I will be away for almost a week for some Easter celebrations. I'm trying to get all my cards done before I'm leaving, but it's still, I try to make it a little bit unique, having a little bit of diagonal things, but more on that when I get back after the coloring is done. For the papers today, I'm using this Doodle Bug Love Bug papers, and I've chosen 2 different pattern papers. I'm also using some Schoolhouse Simon Says stamp cardstock to coordinate with those papers. And to make my design, I start by doing my kind of back layer as I usually do it. It's a A2 size card, so it's the usual measurements. The pattern paper is 4 by 5 1/4, and the Schoolhouse Red is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I've chosen to use that paper because the polka dot pal doesn't disappear towards it, as she actually does if you put her directly to this more busy paper. I'm cutting this paper down to the same size as the back at 4 and 5 1/4, and then I'm doing the diagonal cut on top of that. I've chosen to do this even though I'm losing a bit of paper, because it's easier than trying to count and so you will see here, I will actually move up the cutter just a little bit. There you see, I'm centering those 2 on the inch line because I'm going to do a 2-inch wide strip diagonally, and then I just kind of line that up with a 2-inch mark, and then I have a perfect diagonal cut to have across my card. So it's quite simple. I do, however, want to mat this. I really love having my mats, so I'm taking another piece of the Schoolhouse Red, and I'm cutting that down to 5 3/4 by 4 1/4, so that I have the same size as the backing or the layer. Then I'm actually kind of lining that up with 1 1/16, because I usually have a 1/16 of a border around, which makes me always use the 1/8 of an inch more or less. But as I'm counting from the middle in this case, I need to line it up at the points at 1 1/16. So then I get the perfect layer for that little diagonal piece. Kind of simple. Then I just layer everything together with my tape runner, as I usually do. I first layer the 2 mats with the pattern papers, and then I'm adding that diagonal strip just across the card. I'm very thorough in the corners so that it doesn't peel up when the recipient gets it. And that is how she's gonna stand, and she wants a little sentiment. I'm using the Talk Bubbles 2 by Simon Says stamp. I'm using the die and the little For You stamp. I've cut the die out with both white paper and red paper because I want to have a little bit of a shadow, and I only have 1 die. I don't have staggering dies. So then you can actually just kind of offset them, the 2 different dies together, and they will make a cute little sentiment. I'm offsetting them so that the shadow, the red part of it, which kind of is the shadow, is in the same direction as I have colored the shadows on the character. Then I put them on my 3M Scotch foam tape, and the card is coming together. The only difference I would do, if I could have been able to peel that sentiment off, I wouldn't have put it there. I would have put it a little bit higher, because it gets a little bit empty in the corner. Would have wanted to have about the same height between the sentiment and the card as her feet. But that was the card for today. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you like it, please thumbs it up. If you have any questions, just comment down below. Down below is the description where you can find all the information, blog posts and such. Bye!